Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Banyo Thoughts again. This is your host, Gian, and in today's episodes, I will dive a bit deep, not naman deep. I will delve into my own personal journey with ADHD and how it has uniquely shaped my growth journey. Yeah. So often, we always think that ADHD is something very challenging, but today I'll explore how it can be also a catalyst to your own personal development. So let's head on to it, right? So I was diagnosed with ADHD way back in 2015, if I'm not mistaken, 2015. But it's been there since, I don't know, maybe when I was a kid. And I didn't know about it. No, the only reason why I learned about that I have ADHD is because during one of our travels, one of our friends, one of the guys who joined in that road trip we did for Experience Philippines, is a special education teacher for people with ADHD. And then the funny thing is that he looked at me, my best friend Jeff, and then my other best friend Irene, and then he said that I think you guys have to have you have to have yourself checked because I think you guys have ADHD. You show symptoms of it. Maybe it's good to start, just studying it, or maybe try to take an exam, have yourself checked with a professional. No? So, I didn't take it seriously. I always thought that my distractions or my attention is, you can say a bit because I was, maybe it's my character. Or, I don't know. Hindi ko na siya inisip na seryoso siya. Seryosoin siya, no? So anyway, before that, I'll define first what ADHD. ADHD is actually attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It's a neurodevelopmental disorder marked by ongoing inattention and hyperactivity impulsivity. So medyo malalim siya. Basically, at the end of the day, it's just that there are certain time or your mind works differently when when you're doing things. In my case, I have for some reason I have like 10 to 20 things running through my head. I don't know why, but when we were prescribed by our doctors to take Ritalin, which is like a yellow prescription here, uh, for some reason, like it clear your head, no? But I don't like drinking meds because I always get like bad headaches afterwards, and I just feel like I'm just gonna puke the whole day. So I really decided not to do that. So anyway, so I grew up like that. No, my mom always like whenever my mom tries to talk to me, I always space out. So kala niya I'm not paying attention to her. When in fact, sometimes I think I really thought about everything that she's gonna say. I don't know, parang na-imagine ko na or na-conclude ko na ito yung magiging point ng conversation. That's why probably I start thinking of other things, no? So anyway, going back to so that friend of ours decided like maybe you should have yourself checked. And then one of my friends went to a doctor, and then she had herself checked, and she was given an exam, a written exam you have to write for and submit to the doctor, and at the same time an interview with the doctor, and then the doctor will say whether you have ADHD or not. So she went through the whole process. She told us who the doctor was, and then me together with Irene and Jeff also went as well. And then ako una, so I had myself evaluated first just to see, And then in the beginning, I didn't really like accept the idea that I have ADHD because I felt that this was like a bad thing. So I was just like, oh, baka joke lang yun. And then I started analyzing the reasons why I'm not um, moving forward with certain things in certain areas of my life because I often feel like once I learn something or once I try to do something, let's say a skill set, and I learn the basic of it, I get bored afterwards and I move to another one. So there has always been a problem of like easily getting bored and moving to something that's more stimulating in the brain, in my head. That's why I love games a lot, because it's super stimulating in my eyes or in my senses. So um I started taking it seriously when I think around 2017, that I have to figure things out, no, how to resolve things. Kasi, so growing up, I already had one. So I already had ADHD, pero hindi lang siya diagnosed. So I had my own coping mechanisms, no, for dealing with it. And I told that to the doctor as well na, so sabi niya, ganun naman usually when as you grow older, people with adult ADHD, they have very developed certain systems or processes na ginagawa nila just to be able to what you call this, to offset or maybe to work with your ADHD. Because in growing up in school, to be honest, I wasn't really like an A student. No, I found everything boring, and the lessons I couldn't even. I think during uh maybe at the age of 13, I still didn't know how to uh do math or any mathematical problems, even science. The only thing that interested me were stories. No? So, and as I grew older, all of a sudden, I don't know, it just switched, uh, because I fell in love with chemistry. If I'm not, yeah, I remember falling in love with the idea of like mixing things, no? And I became very good at it, like really, really good at chemistry. And then it's from there, I tried applying the same focus on math and accounting, that I also started excelling in that. So, um, the school it was yun, as I grew older, na parang every time I focus on something, I really get better at it, very fast. Swimming, for example, is one of the sports that I'm decided to really be very good at, and I became very good at it because nga, it's just that thing. Yun ang ginagawa ko lang, swimming. So everything revolved around swimming. Um, so I want to share that with you guys because if you may have it, or if people you know may have it, so at least be very kind to them, no? Because attention sometimes naging contention namin ng family ko or even people, my friends, na because when they start talking, sometimes might just don't have the bandwidth to listen to everything, so I get distracted easily, and that also affects relationships, no? So what did I do, no? So what did I do to become better, or at least to use it as a tool to grow, no? Only latter part lang. I think I would say it's from 2019 until now that one, I hanged out with friends who have ADHD. So it turns out my best friend also has ADHD. So and then we shared notes on how we worked on it. And one thing that I learned of having it is you identify, siguro when you start your day, you identify just three things that you have to do during the day lang. And then the rest, you put it muna aside. Otherwise, you'll be multitasking and doing multiple things, which will affect also your I guess your you can say parang uh accomplishment. So feeling mo magiging frustrated ka pag hindi mo natatapos kasi. So that's one. No? So that's one. Hang out with friends. No, I think that's who have ADHD in my personal case. No, and then to yun, put things, simplify things, simplify the activities you have for the day to just three things, three major things, and do those three major things. The advantage of people who have ADHD, in my opinion, is that I don't know, para sa akin experience ko, I'm pretty much creative. That right now, one of the that I utilize my ADHD with is writing stories. So I started writing my own personal fantasy novel. So based on the stories that I created over the years, and I put them all together lang. So I think that helped me a lot. No? And then the other one is when when I give my 100% focus on something, I know for sure that there'll be a results. So ang challenge ko lang is consistency. So the third thing I would suggest, like, is really to be consistent on that one particular thing that you want to do, and do it consistently. So right now, I'm obsessed with, um, working out, not because of the idea of having a good body, but because I put it as an important priority in my life to make it like a habit lang, so that it becomes second nature to me, and then I can move on to the next thing that I want to learn. No? So pag hindi ako nag-workout, I feel a bit agitated. So kaya ginagawa ko siya on a day-to-day, on a schedule basis, no? So kailangan gawin ko siya. Pag sinabi kong ginagawin ko siya today, kailangan siya gawin today, no? So I can't skip that, no? So I don't know, they just made it into a personal habit that I have, so that yun, makuha ko yung concept of consistency. So, and that really helped me, no? So, on putting all those things together, hang out with friends, being consistent, identifying a few things during the day that I have to really do, helped me have a more open-mindedness to to learning other skills, and to understand also that, um, that this I can utilize this this neurological disorder to my advantage. No, that it's not really a problem, or that's not really a major issue. No, in fact, right now I always tell people whenever I meet them, at least I try to be honest, that I have ADHD, so that, and I hope you don't mind if I get distracted easily, or if I lose attention because of the conversation. So, and just to be open about it lang, not being proud of having ADHD, is just that to put it in context, because people find it rude, or when you start spacing out, like when I space out already, because my mind is really wandered off somewhere and thinking of some other thing, or got attracted with the lights or the sounds of the place. No, so just I just that's my personal tip lang. So if you guys, but maganda siguro na if you think you have ADHD, it will be best to go through professional help, no? So, and they can assess you better, and then they can also give you, especially with adult ADHD, no, it can help you out in your workplace, because that was one of the reasons why I became an entrepreneur, is because many times when I work in an environment like a actual office, I have a hard time dealing with the environment, because nga many times I finish my tasks very fast, and then because of the 9 to 5 schedule, and you only finish everything after, I mean, you only leave at 5, parang tapos ko na yung ginagawa ko, so anong gagawin ko next, no? So that's the thing, no? So kaya medyo hindi hirapan din ako, and then my bosses have a hard time dealing with me, no? So yun, I just wanted to share those things with you, no? So baka lang naman you have people who have probably have ADHD. They can go through process for it, and then hopefully, and hopefully you can, if you do have one, uh, you know how to utilize it to your advantage, no? So hindi naman siya, it's not a bad thing, no? So sometimes it's just that we're designed like that. There are many support groups for ADHD. I'm very lucky lang because my friends are very supportive, like si Jeff, Irene, Sheena. These are the people who have ADHD like myself. We're very, very supportive, and we always like have like conversations, casual talks, lunches or dinners together where we share our own experiences. So yun, so it really depends on the environment you're in. I think you also have to be very open. If you're with your family, it's good to mention that to your family. So, but first of all, you have to have yourself checked. No? So there are ADHD societies here in the Philippines. So if you ever have a chance to go have yourself checked, for it. So that's about it for my basically my podcast. So this is that wraps up my episode for Banyo thoughts. So we delved into, ADHD and how it can also be a very assist you in growing in your personal mindset. No, I hope you found, this discussion enlightening. If you've enjoyed our time together, so make sure to subscribe, rate, and review Banyo Thoughts on your favorite podcast platform. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's topic as well. So share your insights with me at my Facebook page or in my Instagram page, Banyo Thoughts. So stay tuned, no, for our next episode where I talk about naman the inspiration of why I started Banyo Thoughts. No? So I appreciate you guys joining me today. So until next time, this is Gian, flushing out insights one episode at a time. So stay curious and stay thoughtful. See you guys.